torpedoes fired from submarines on Innsmouth, Massachusetts. The authorities are silent on the subject, but it seems that on the night of Tuesday, Innsmouth was attacked by government forces. The reasons for this assault are not clear. Rumors speak of a massive smuggling operation based in the almost unheard-of fishing town, in direct violation of the Prohibition Act. Perhaps it's better that the truth never sees the light of day. I had never heard of Innsmouth until the day before I saw it for the first time. I was celebrating my coming of age with a tour of New England, and had planned to go directly from antiquated Newburyport to Arkham, from whence the roots of my mother's bloodline emerged, when... I only have $20 left. I wonder if there's any cheap means to get from here to Arkham. Hello? Hey! Hey! Anyone in there? He's too busy staring at that train. Or maybe he's just awfully rude. One or the other. Hello.
Greetings.
Do you know of any cheap way to get to Arkham?
Ask at the ticket office. And now, if you'll excuse me...
An old copy of the Arkham Gazette newspaper. A garbage can. A garbage can. Excuse me?
What can I do for you?
I'm trying to get to Arkham.
You can take the 1605 steam locomotive for $5.
Don't you have anything cheaper?
An old bus departs every morning from the square back there, but I wouldn't recommend it.
What's the problem with it?
It's a wreck. It should be on the scrap heap by now, as well as the fact that it goes through Innsmouth. And people don't like that.
Why?
There are some stories about Innsmouth, mostly whispered. Strange cults, deals with the devil. I don't believe them. But it is true that the people there have a peculiar look about them. When you meet Joe the bus driver, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You can just tell that they are not trustworthy.
Where exactly is Innsmouth? That was the first I ever heard of shadowed Innsmouth.
It's located on the southeast coast.
Strange. It's not on the map. Any reference to a town not shown on common maps would have interested me. And the agent's odd manner of allusion roused something like real curiosity.
It's a place I wouldn't suggest to my worst enemy.
A town able to inspire such dislike in its neighbors, I thought, must be at least rather unusual and worthy of a tourist's attention. If it came before Arkham, I would stop off there.
If you are that interested, you should be more or less here.
Thank you. Any advice on where to spend the night?
Several hotels are on offer, but all are expensive. I've heard tell of a YMCA hostel, but I don't know exactly where it is. Maybe you could ask around.
I guess I'll ask around then. Bye for now. Do you have any idea how I can get to the YMCA?
No, my apologies.
Hello?
Look behind you! A 3-locomotive train!
Where? I think you're drunk, buddy. Or were you quoting something? Hello?
What do you want? Get lost!
I think it's the livelihood of that homeless guy.
Hey! Leave my dinner alone!
Blech. The hydrant is leaking. I can't. It seems a circus has been by here. Long, long time ago. Did the train leave?
Yes. The next one arrives in 46 minutes.
Is there anything interesting here in Newburyport?
The train station and the trains.
And if someone wished to go somewhere other than the station?
I don't understand. What do you mean?
Do you know anything about Innsmouth?
No train goes there.
Ah, I see.
They never finished the railway. I think I might have read something about it at the library.
You know all the train times by heart?
The 2006 direct via Dunwich, 7:47 for Kingsport, 8:09 direct for...
Okay, enough already. Tell me about the library.
It's 2 blocks from here, on State Street. Their collection is a tad lacking, but the librarian is very nice.
See ya.
See you around.
I have nothing else to ask him about right now. Hello.
Hello.
Hello? Hello. Am I speaking with one lone Carter?
That depends. Where did you get my number from?
A mutual friend informed me of you and of your particular skill set. My name is Dr. Armitage. I'm calling you concerning a matter of some urgency.
Go on.
Meet me at Miskatonic University at your soonest convenience. I will fill in the details then.
Right off the bat. And to be frank, let me just mention that I'm not bought cheaply.
You may rest assured, money is not an issue.
Just so I know, though, who gave you my name?
Professor Wilmarth.
I see.
And so we have a deal. You must convince her to sell them.
How many times must I repeat myself? Leave her alone.
Must I remind you that my boss doesn't take no for an answer?
But I...
All right. Think it over. You have 3 days. Once you've made up your mind, call this number.
But... really, I don't...
Shift it, moron.
How rude! Who was that guy?
I don't want to talk about it.
Can you help me with something?
Concerning?
Innsmouth.
So, you are the good cop, eh?
Huh?
I will never change my mind.
What the hell are you
Tell Marsh that I will never give in to his demands.
Take it easy. I just want to ask you a few questions.
So, you're not a stooge in the service of Mr. Marsh? I apologize then. My mistake. Ask away.
Do you have anything on Innsmouth here?
I would not know. It is not a topic many ask about. Try the shelf at the back of the room. Essex section. I just got the weirdest déjà vu back from when I worked at Miskatonic 10 years ago.
The door's open.
Where might I find Dr. Armitage?
Ah, you must be Lone Carter. Doctor! Mr. Carter is here!
Shh! This is a library, for God's sake. Please excuse my colleague. Greetings, Mr. Carter. I have been expecting you. I hope that you had a pleasant journey here.
Let's just skip the small talk, Doctor.
Very well. Wilmarth told me that you have not been discouraged by cases that seem to have no rational explanations. Have you ever heard of Innsmouth?
Never.
It's a small harbor town, a brief travel from here. It is known to few. My brother John, a professor of theology, was in contact with a local pastor there. After much correspondence with said pastor, he decided to go investigate the church there. That was 3 weeks ago. I have not heard from him since.
I don't get it. This is a job for a rookie. Why didn't you just go to the police?
Lone, our contacts have witnessed happenings beyond the realm of explanation. Sources in Innsmouth have reported things way beyond conventional comprehension.
I see. Why didn't you just tell your brother not to go there then?
He left only a brief note telling me of his mission, and by then it was too late.
Dear brother, I'm off on a short jaunt over to Innsmouth. A friend may be in peril and in need of my help. If you do not hear back from me within the space of 2 weeks, please send help. Okay, a letter full of ramblings to his little brother. You have anything solid? Where is he staying?
He mainly lodged here at the university. Let me show you to his room. I'll be leaving you to get on with your work. I have something else demanding my attention.
I'll get straight to work. I don't need it. It's a Bible. It looks like a rather old edition. There's something sticking out from under it. A letter. Nice big desk. There don't seem to be any writing materials on it. Judging from the dates, I don't have the complete set of letters yet. Better keep looking. Found another letter. Judging from the dates, I don't have the complete set of letters yet. Better keep looking. Looks like he left a lot of stuff behind in his hurry to leave. Most likely used for reading in bed. There's something sticking out from under it. Another letter. Judging from the dates, I don't have the complete set of letters yet. Better keep looking. The pillow is as Spartan as the rest of the bed. There's another letter. This must be the latest. It's dated 3 weeks ago, just around when the professor hastily departed. I'll just sneak a peek at his private letters. 1st September, 1919. Dear friend, how are you? I have just arrived in Innsmouth. I was quite unpleasantly surprised to find that the church here is not of the Christian faith, but rather dedicated to a cult named the Esoteric Order of Dagon. Have you ever heard of this order? Yours affectionately, Elliot. 23rd October, 1919. Dear friend, I came here to Innsmouth of my own free will, but already I am beginning to regret it. During this pilgrimage, I have met only one good Christian in this place. He asked me to restore his faith in the godliness of his town. But he never showed up for that mass, and I have not seen him since. Most people here seem suspicious of my teachings, and our one true Lord seems to have only a smattering of followers. We will try to meet for Holy Mass in secret. Your friend, Elliot. 26th December, 1919. Dear friend, I have discovered my true purpose here: to guide the sheep onto the path of righteousness. The horrors of the war have made the people here lose faith in God and have led them to seek comfort in the false faith of this cult. Although, I have discovered that this conversion took some time. They had few followers at first. I suspect that influential local figures managed to slowly lure folk in. This is probably why the remaining Christian people here wish to receive their Mass in secret, to avoid the feeling of alienation that I, myself, am suffering from. But I feel they are not in any real danger. I have never seen any violence here. Yours, Elliot. 13th February, 1920. My dearest friend, the war had nothing to do with anything. They are right. God has abandoned these lands. 2 of my flock have disappeared without a trace, as the first case of that which I was warned of. I had thought that they came with impotent threats, only to run away with their tails between their legs. But now we must go and confront these people face to face. I think that this may be a dangerous move, but I feel that we have God on our side. Something smells fishy about all this. Better report back to Armitage.
Hello.
Please, I'm busy. Be brief.
Right then. I need to look at the books on that shelf.
I'll just bet you do.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for a book, but I can't find it.
What book are you looking for?
Ancient Artifacts of Essex. Don't tell the boss I lost library property. He'll cut my pay.
Planet of the Three-Headed Apes. A Historical Society leaflet. A Historical Society leaflet. It's in High Street. It seems there's an interesting exhibition. Come and see artifacts from spectral Innsmouth. There's nothing on the back. I would like to borrow Ancient Artifacts of Essex. I can't find it.
Son of a...
Ask Melvin.
He didn't seem able to help me.
Melvin! Where's the book this guy is looking for?
It must be here. Somewhere. I can't find it.
He's not the sharpest knife in the drawer.
Let me check the logbook. Here it is.
Melvin! Have you noticed that the book is out on loan?
It can't be. Let me see that.
It's always the same old story. You're always distracted. You have no commitment. You're rude. You treat the customers like garbage. You never do what I tell you. Never on your game. Uncultured scum. Your feet stink. You are ugly. You are useless. You skim the profits. You can't catalogue. A dog would do a better job. You're always distracted. You have no commitment. You're rude. You treat the customers like garbage.
Let's take a look. There's not much about Innsmouth. That book on the 3rd row from the bottom may be the same one that Train Geek was talking about.
You never do what I tell you. Never on your game. Uncultured scum. Your feet stink. You are ugly. You are useless.
It's a railway history of Essex. Let's see now. Here it is. It seems that some years ago they started to build a railway to Innsmouth, but they were interrupted by strange circumstances, though it was a bustling commercial port. Maybe that book about commerce in the row below can add some insight.
You skim the profits. You can't.
There's not much about Innsmouth.
A dog would do a better job. You're always distracted. You have no commitment. You're rude. You treat the customers like garbage. You never do what I tell you. Never on your game. Uncultured scum. Your feet stink. You are ugly.
A historical society leaflet. There's nothing on the back.
You are useless. You skim the profits.
Wax on, wax off? Martial self-defense arts for the young. Diary of an electrician. Wired tales.
You can't catalog.
And yet it moves. Treatise on erectile functions in the elderly.
A dog would do a better job. You're always
Retaining noble
distracted.
gases. How to not fart in elite society. On the spine it says, commerce in Essex.
You have no commitment. You're rude.
Let's see now. Here it is, commercial port of Innsmouth. There are pages and pages about the strange and sudden abundance of fish. It must have been an important and thriving port at that time. I wonder what happened to it so as to not even be marked on a map these days. Hey, wait a second. It mentions here a gold refinery and the commerce of ancient jewels, as detailed in Ancient Artifacts of Essex. Damn it! Always the way.
You treat the customers like garbage. You never do what I tell you. Never on your game. Uncultured scum. Your feet stink. You are ugly. You are useless.
Somewhere about here?
You skim the profits. You can't catalog.
Somewhere about here?
A dog would do a better job.
I suppose you're also a model train set enthusiast?
Sure.
Really? Me too.
Really?
Awesome!
Awesome! Currently, I am touring this region by train. A few days ago, I attended an exhibition of old train models at the Boston Historical Society. It was absolutely incredible. Here in Newburyport, though, nothing but boring junk.
That's a shame.
But the owner of the YMCA has an incredibly rare Hornby train model just sitting right out there on a table. I know, right?
Interesting. Tell me about the YMCA.
I think I already mentioned the train model. You must go there. And anyways, it's a nice cheap place to spend the night.
Could you tell me where it is?
I don't know the name of the road exactly, but I can give you a general guide.
Please do.
From the station's entrance, proceed along State Street until you hit High Street. Turn left there and follow the road to the end. It's somewhere around there.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Is there anything interesting here in Newburyport?
The train station and the trains.
And if someone wished to go somewhere other than the station?
I don't understand. What do you mean?
Do you know anything about Innsmouth?
No train goes there.
Ah, I see.
They never finished the railway. I think I might have read something about it at the library.
See ya.
See you around.
Broom rum! The drive home from the bar has never been safer. Si presso. You'd never guess it was 0%. Hello.
Hi. Psst. Save me from this guy, please.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure I need to be a part of this.
Coward.
I use only the best oil.
Hello.
Hello to you. If you could excuse me, I'm kind of in the middle of something.
Hello.
Greetings, my son.
Have you ever been to Innsmouth?
Shh, that place is cursed.
So I've been told.
Best not to speak of it.
About Innsmouth.
Shh, they have ears everywhere.
Isn't it a little early to be drinking?
I'm only on my second drink. This is non-alcoholic wine for your information.
About Innsmouth.
Shh, shut up! They can hear us. I know them well.
I didn't know that nuns were allowed to get drunk.
Lord bless us.
I didn't know that nuns were allowed to get drunk.
Lord bless us.
See ya. Here, cutie.
Don't bother me. I'm trying to enjoy the Great. Thanks for spoiling the mood. Bye. And I hope to never see you again.
Guys? Guys? Guys! You guys rock! Guys? Guys? Guys! You guys rock! The train I arrived on. In miniature. A rare pen collection.
Stand back. That's close enough.
Nice train model.
Thanks.
Nice pens.
The best. It's a very rare collection, unique in all the world.
So, I imagine you don't use them for Sudoku. That train model is surely the best piece in your collection.
Heretic! That rubbish is only even allowed here as a token for trading.
Do I look like a train collector to you? Do I have pimples, wear glasses, or keep cheap pens in my top pocket?
Nor I. I have a gold pen right here in my pocket. That bloody homeless guy must have stolen it. I would like a room for the night.
I'm sorry, I can't reach the keys up there. I lent my grabber to Melvin. He works at the library.
I hope that hobo's blanket is queen-sized, and that he doesn't mind company.
Or you could just track down Melvin.
I'll just be going then. A cute little plant. I'll name him Chuck. Who knows where it leads?
Everywhere and nowhere.
But only I know the truth behind that secret.
Table needing clearing. Hello.
Hello. How can I help you?
Do you have any rum?
Such a shame. A bunch of automobile drivers already drank it all and then burned rubber out of here.
I want the best Cipresso vintage.
The last bottle was already bought by the nun outside.
Do you know anything about Innsmouth?
No. One of the customers outside mentioned something about it, though.
Hello.
Hello. How can I help you?
Never mind. Bye.
I use only the best oil on my forelock.
Get your hand off of that. Did you forget the seventh commandment? Thou shalt not steal. Get your hand off of that. Did you forget the seventh commandment? Thou shalt not steal.
Isn't it a little early to be drinking?
Give it just a little more time then.
Isn't it a little early to be drinking?
Give it just a little more time then. Shh, that place is cursed.
So I've been told.
Best not to speak of it.
See ya.
Get your hand off of that. Did you forget the seventh commandment? Thou shalt not steal.
Drinking that much isn't good for you.
I'm only on my second drink. This is non-alcoholic wine for your information.
Have you ever tried to just quit?
I don't remember. I'm drinking to forget.
Have you ever tried to just quit?
I don't remember. I'm drinking to forget.
About Innsmouth.
Shut up! They can hear us. I know them well.
Come on, let's talk about Innsmouth.
Shh, I've been there once. It seemed deserted, but at the same time, I felt eyes upon me at every step. The church. Their church. The symbols. They weren't Christian.
What did they look like?
I don't remember. Don't remember. They seemed like...
She said it was non-alcoholic. How come she's drunk then? The power of suggestion?
I'm sorry. We're closing.
Whoever sells these is rich by now, for sure.
Get out.
I just want to...
Out!
You're always distracted! You have
I
no
don't want to
commitment!
interrupt. It's just way too funny. I don't want to interrupt. It's just way too funny.
You're rude! You treat the customers
I don't
like
want to interrupt.
garbage!
It's just way too funny.
You never do what I
don't
tell
want to
you!
interrupt. It's just way too funny.
Never on your game! Uncultured scum!
It seems that the book was borrowed by a certain Andrew Hoplow.
Get your nose out of there. That's none of your concern.
Be that as it may, I could not help but notice Melvin's signature at the bottom.
Son of a...
Is this any way to treat a client? But he's right.
There's your signature underneath!
I'm sorry, boss. I don't know what to say.
There's nothing to say. Melvin, because of your incompetence and your rudeness, you're fired. Get out!
But boss,
Out!
But I just want to...
Out!
I've got a strange feeling of déjà vu, except funnier. Can you give me your grabber? You don't need it anymore.
Go to heck.
Stressful day?
Yes. First the Marsh's stooge, then Melvin. I can't wait for this day to finally be over.
I really need ancient artifacts of Essex.
It seems that Andrew Hoplow borrowed it, and as I have come to expect, he is always late returning books.
Tell me about Hoplow.
You can usually find him strolling around aimlessly reading books with a suicidal face.
Never mind. I need that book you're reading.
But I have nothing else to read.
Are you interested in commerce?
Not in the slightest. Enough chit-chat. Leave me be.
I need that book you're reading.
But I have nothing else to read.
Are you interested in trains?
Well, perhaps I could be, even if I don't feel the need for speed.
Never. On the spine it said, I've learned everything I can from that.
Where do you think you're going with that library property? Put it back where it belongs immediately.
I don't want to. What was that guy's name again? Jerry Poplove?
Wait, I have to check the logbook.
Thanks. Return this book I was reading to the library for me, would you?
Sure. Let's see now. It seems that someone from Innsmouth sold off some of its ancient artifacts and valuables years ago. Some of them are preserved at the Newburyport Historical Society. But that's where the crazy old lady kicked me out from. I must find a way to get in. Maybe I can ask around for help. I want to visit the Historical Society, but a crazy old lady kicked me out. Can you help me?
My lady friend here was just talking about her, actually. I use only the best oil on my forelock.
I wanted to visit the Historical Society, but an old lady wouldn't let me in. Can you help me?
My lady friend here was just talking about her, actually.
I want to visit the Historical Society, but a crazy old lady kicked me out. Can you help me?
Strange that you should mention her. I've seen the librarian hanging around here often around her closing time.
I wanted to visit the Historical Society, but an old lady wouldn't let me in. Can you help me?
Strange that you should mention her. I've seen the librarian hanging around here often around her closing time.
The excitement was too much for her, or perhaps the alcohol. Hello.
Hi. Psst. Save me from this guy, please.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure I need to be a part of this.
Coward.
That wouldn't help. I want to visit the Historical Society, but a crazy old lady kicked me out. Can you help me?
Once after work, I tried to go there, but she kicked me out too.
I want to visit the Historical Society, but a crazy old lady kicked me out. Can you help me?
Strange. Have you tried mentioning trains?
You stole my pen. I want it back.
How dare you! I'm an honest beggar!
I wonder if the duty officer would agree with you.
When you find him, say hi to James for me.
You stole my pen. I want it back.
How dare you! I'm an honest beggar!
Then please, give me my pen back.
What makes you think I haven't?
I'm quite sure it was missing after I spoke with you.
Maybe I saw something, but my throat is dry.
I have a little something for you.
What?
A very nice label indeed. Si presso. And aged to perfection.
What? I can already feel the dark taste. I want it. I want it.
Sure, take it, my good fellow. So, have you seen anything? Like my pen?
You dropped it in the puddle. You ought to be more careful. Now leave me alone.
I imagine you're back to return what you accidentally borrowed.
I don't want to. I wanted to visit the Historical Society, but an old lady wouldn't let me in. Can you help me?
Madam Tilton, despite her age, is still very beautiful. Believe me, I've known her for many years. That woman conquered as many hearts as a spider conquered flies.
So you know her? Can you persuade her to let me in?
Strange. That's the second time today that someone inquired about the madame. You're in league with that thug.
Nonsense. I'd never even heard of Innsmouth before today, but I cannot deny that the mere mention of the name draws me to it strangely.
Boy, listen to someone much older and wiser than you. Nothing good has ever come from that bloody place. However, a taste of historical culture never hurt anyone. Here, take this letter of introduction to the lady on my behalf.
These youngsters.
Get out!
Wait, I have this letter.
From the librarian? Oh, such a hunk. Come in and just ask if you need any help in the meanwhile.
I read that you have some items from Innsmouth on display here.
Young man, you're not the first to ask me that today. Why all the interest?
Are you referring to that madman in the hat?
Why? Is that bully a friend of yours?
Not at all.
Oh, that's a relief. Nothing good ever comes of those folk. He keeps threatening me. He wanted me to surrender some of my displays to the Marsh family, one of the richest and most important families of Innsmouth.
Marsh. I just heard that name somewhere.
If you are researching Innsmouth, of course you will have heard of the marshes. During the century just past, Captain Obed Marsh hoarded many treasures while voyaging the South Seas. Come, I'll show you some of the displays in the other room.
After you.
This painting was donated by a street artist on his way to Massachusetts. Apparently, it shows some kind of maritime ceremony. The curious thing is that in the background, you can see the dreaded Devil Reef, which lies off the coast of Innsmouth. Over here, there is a really interesting object. It's a bas-relief from the South Seas, brought here to New England last century on the Sumatra Queen, the ship captained by Obed Marsh. And this is one of the items the Marshes are most urgently demanding. These are some of the works of the famous artist Pickman. They depict bizarre, imaginary creatures. They are disturbing. This is a Louis XIV Renaissance mirror.
In Massachusetts?
Asking too many questions can be dangerous, young lad. And these are some hand-carved statues from the South Seas. They depict anthropomorphic figures and other strange deities worshipped there. This is real English silverware, from Sheffield, to be precise. And this is another one of those disputed items. It's some kind of tiara, similar to the one shown in the relief over there. We obtained it for a rock-bottom price from an Innsmouth drunk. A pitiable fellow. We suspected he stole it when the Marshes demanded it back. And we tried to find him to ask, but we heard he died in a bar fight.
Is it made entirely of gold?
It's made from a strange alloy, which contains gold. Many things made from the same alloy were produced by the gold refinery that Obed Marsh built after returning from his voyages. The place is abandoned now, though, I've heard. Feel free to take a look around. I must go attend to some matters before closing up.
A carved wooden panel of considerable size. There's an anthropomorphic figure which looks like a shaman or a priest. He's wearing a strange tiara with a weird shape in the middle. There are some etchings depicting some of the natural elements: earth, fire, and water. They appear to be etched in a style slightly different from the rest of the carving. There are some etchings depicting some of the natural earth. They appear to be a weird tentacular image. It looks like he's wearing a tiara very similar to the one on display here. He has a very peculiar posture, almost like he wasn't human. Unless he's 300 pounds with 110-degree kyphoscoliosis. He has a very... Unless he's 300... Very evocative. The weird ceremony depicted here conveys an unexplainable sense of anticipation. It's a gorgeous tiara. The base of the dome is strangely oval-shaped. In several places, beautiful and peculiar geometric figures have been carved. Some precious gems are mounted near the top. A weird rectangular plaque is inlaid in the middle. It's a big ruby mounted in the tiara. Hey, wait. It appears to be connected to some kind of mechanism. Hey, this must be one valuable button. And yet people complain about those sheiks and their solid gold toilets. Weird tentacular image. It reminds me a lot of the one I saw on the wooden bas-relief over there. Could they be one and the same? It looks like a city with a geometry that does not belong to this world. Maybe in some pulp magazine like Weird Tales, someone would describe them as non-Euclidean. It's the only modern item in the collection. The plate says, Paleolithic altar. What a shame. I'd hoped it was a bench. It's been ages since I sat down. Extremely realistic. What a twisted imagination. Sheer opulence. Strange, exotic idols. I do not recognize any of the depicted creatures. I've always hated silverware. Better not to get too close. I'm allergic to dust. There are some etchings depicting earth, fire, and water. He has a very peculiar... Unless he's 300 pounds. There's a message embossed on the metal. It looks like some kind of code. I should transcribe a copy of it somehow. There's a message embossed on the metal. It looks like some kind of code. I should transcribe a copy of it somehow. Nothing worth writing down. There's nothing on the back. It fits perfectly. How lucky is that? If I had a pen, I could make a rubbing of it. What the? My grandfather gave me a pen that doesn't even work? Maybe you can trade your train model for this gold pen?
Show it to me. Leave it on the counter. Now, please, stand back. Away from my pen.
Okay. You were the one who said to come closer.
Cute. I will add it post-haste to my collection. You can have the train. More on.
What?
Nothing, just a throat tickle.
What have I done? I can't believe it. Please forgive me, grandfather. I don't want to. Could you lend me a pen that actually works?
I only have the ones they give away on trains.
But they don't just give away pens on trains.
Exactly.
I don't want to. Could you lend me a pen that actually works?
I only have the ones they give away on trains.
But they don't just give away pens on trains.
Exactly.
Could you lend me a pen that actually works?
If you can get that train geek out of the station, you can have this one for free. He scares the other passengers away.
I have a gift for you.
Thank you! I'm going to go home and play with it right now!
Done. Can you give me that pen now?
Here you go. You deserve it.
Thanks. Perfect rubbing of the code. Such strange symbols. They look very ancient.
No end to this dust.
Sorry, madam. About the mirror...
Didn't I already mention it could be dangerous to ask too many questions?
But
Watch out, boy. If you insist, the game will crash.
But the mirror does not
Okay, young lad. You asked for it.
But
Watch out, boy. If you insist, the game will crash.
Thank you for letting me in after closing time.
No problem, son.
Hey, I'm walking here. Get out of my way. Trust me, I've had a bad day. Do not take me off.
Be gone, scum.
What the? You actually want me to smash your skull in with this grabber?
I don't think he's in any condition to answer me. Now, the grabber is mine!
So, you have the grabber?
It's a little bloody, but still works fine.
Yuck! Use it yourself. The room is 237.
Do you even have such a room?
The regressive room numbering starts from the YMCA in Agawam and ends with the one in Worcester.
What genius put the keys way up there?
The last YMCA owner. He was over 7 foot tall.
Mr. Marsh, the master plan has failed. Don't worry, though. Luck is on our side. What we need will be delivered straight to our door.
As I already told you, we have nothing further to discuss.
And as I already told you, We do not accept no for an answer. The tiaras is ours by right.
A perfect rubbing of the code.
There's someone still here? I thought you were closed by this hour. Oh well. You will be all alone next time.
And I will defend myself alone even then.
Such strange symbols. They look very ancient.
Right then. Today is your lucky day. Good night, Madame Tilton.
Read all about it. Teen brutally bashed during the night. The case of the bashed teen, exclusive only in the Daily Newsbury.
Man, he sure can yell.
Extra, extra! Basher of Newburyport strikes again! Read all about it. Teen brutally bashed.
I don't want that.
The case of the bashed teen, exclusive. Hey, did you hear? Last night a guy was bashed within an inch of his life in an alley near the library.
Really? Any news about the attacker?
Buy a copy to learn more.
I'll take it.
Extra, extra! Basher of Newburyport strikes again!
The front page of the paper tells of the battery upon poor, hapless Melvin.
Teen brutally bashed during the night. The case of the bashed teen.
1, 2.
It's $2.50 to Arkham.
It stops by Innsmouth, right?
Right.
Exclusive only in the Daily Newsburyport. Extra, extra! Basher of Newburyport strikes again!
The day was warm, despite the rain. The landscape of sand, sedge grass, and stunted shrubbery became more and more desolate as we proceeded. Our narrow course began to climb steeply, and I felt a singular sense of disquiet in looking at the lonely crest ahead where the rutted roadway met the sky. I realized, come face to face with rumor-shadowed Innsmouth. It was a town of wide extent and dense construction. That would be a bit of an extravagant takeout.
The next to Newburyport is tomorrow.
But I must head on to Arkham. I do not want to talk to him. A weird toad-like figure. Despite the foul stench, the water seems very clear. Exotic. Excuse me?
Didn't I just say that the next bus for Newburyport leaves tomorrow?
Yes, yes, tomorrow, yes.
But I really should be getting on my way to Arkham.
Then you'll have to wait.
Yes, yes, wait.
There's something I need to take care of first. It will take about 2 hours.
Yes, yes, 2 hours. At least.
Okay, I'll take a stroll around your cozy little town for the meanwhile. It holds the hotel's room keys. It seems there's nobody staying here tonight. An anchor from some old ship, displayed ornamentally. Gilman, the owner of this hotel. Cute is the word furthest from my mind. An enormous fishing trophy. He seems like a shady character. I don't want to get any closer. Hello.
Hello.
Is that the latest model of electric flashlight?
Yes, but it's not for sale. I use it when I have to go into the warehouse. The power is out back there.
What kind of goods do you sell here?
We have a little bit of everything. Drinks? Food? Magazines? Souvenirs? Tell me what you need.
I'll have a look around.
Take your time.
You don't come from around here, do you?
Actually, no. What tipped you off?
The way you look.
So you noticed something strange about folk around these parts. Folk here have a peculiar look. I'm from Arkham. The store I work for has subsidiaries everywhere in New England. Unfortunately, I was sent here.
Do you know anything about a refinery?
There is an old abandoned factory near the swamps. I don't know what they did in there. Sometimes I walked by it on a stroll home. The entrance is shut tight with a chain. I swore that I heard strange sounds coming from inside. Maybe it was all in my head.
Do you know anything about the Marsh family?
They are one of the most famous families here, and probably the richest too. I don't know much about them. They are not seen around all that often.
The old Barnabas Marsh used to come here with his chauffeur, but it's been some months since I saw him last.
Was his chauffeur a huge guy with a black coat and hat?
Yes.
Rude and threatening too?
Sometimes.
It must be the same guy that threatened the librarian in Newburyport.
Melvin, my brother, works there. I wonder how he is. Now that you mention it, he hasn't called in a while.
I'm sure he will. Soon-ish. Do you know anything about the Devil Reef?
I only know that it is a natural formation barely jutting above the waterline. It is located about a mile off the coast. You can see it from the piers, but you can also see it from a distance from behind the square, too.
What can you tell me about the townsfolk?
Well, they are not talkative with strangers.
I've noticed that.
They never leave Innsmouth unless in the direst need, and they are not interested in any of the comings and goings of the outside world.
And neither, it seems, is the outside world interested in Innsmouth.
There's little to be interested in here. The townsfolk make their living from fishing, and their only recreation seems to be swimming. And everyone in town seems more than able to compete in that arduous sport.
Really? This doesn't exactly look to me like the ideal location for a swimming tournament.
They are very religious, though in a different way.
What do you mean?
They follow a cult called the Esoteric Order of Dagon.
Tell me about the Esoteric Order of Dagon.
I can tell you very little. Reverend Wallace of Arkham strongly advised me against attending the Innsmouth church. He said that the strange ceremonies they perform there are not suitable for a Christian. It was not really all that difficult to follow his advice, actually. Nobody here talks about their religion, and I myself witnessed some outsiders ushered violently away for lingering in front of the church.
I think I saw the church from the bus. It looked quite ominous to me.
You got that right.
Do you know the reason behind the peculiar look of the townsfolk?
It seems to be some sort of hereditary progressive disease affecting the bones and skin. Maybe it's caused by their isolation from the outside world. You only ever see young people about town. Ever since I've worked here, I've never seen an elderly person. Perhaps the advanced stages of the disease forced them to become shut-ins at home. I cannot even begin to imagine what they might look like. It's been about some months that I haven't even seen Barnabas Marsh about. I've only ever seen one man who does not bear the curse of Innsmouth on his face. I speak of the old drunk, Zadok Allen, but he is out of his mind.
What did you say about the Esoteric Order of Dagon?
It's a local cult, but you probably shouldn't ask around about them in town.
Tell me about that crazy old man.
His name is Zadok Allen. He has many of his own crazy theories to explain this town and its folk. Sadly, nowadays he drinks way much more than he talks.
What do you store in the warehouse?
Mostly just some sacks of potatoes and flour, some chocolate boxes, and soft drinks.
Chocolates? They must fly off the shelves.
I doubt it. They're probably way past their expiration date by now.
Do you think you'll ever sell those drinks?
Leave off. They've been in there so long, they must be almost volatile by now. Not even considering the fact that most people only drink booze these days.
Is there a huge demand for flour and potatoes?
No, the folk around here seem to prefer canned food. It's been quite a while since I've had to go back there, now that you mention it. So if you really want the flashlight that badly, I'll let it go for $2.
Here you go. See ya.
I hope to see you soon.
You might find this interesting.
What?
Check out the front page headline.
Basher of Newburyport strikes again. Teen brutally bashed in an alley near... Wait a... Hold on, just a... That's my brother! Even with his face all messed up like that, I would recognize that shirt anywhere. Oh well, he probably deserved it.
Brotherly love. Hey, wait a minute. These papers are all way out of date. Hey, wait a minute. These papers are all way out of date. See ya.
I hope to see you soon.
See ya.
I hope to see you soon.
Excuse me? I'd like to buy this map.
Those are a dime.
Here you go.
Thank you. And remember, pay unless you can't, and then don't you even dare it.
Excuse me?
Everyone blames Zadok. If only they knew what Zadok knows. Zadok's not crazy. Believe Zadok. They are not like you and Zadok. They're different. You don't believe Zadok, do you?
I want...
Zadok knows how to keep his secrets. Don't pressure Zadok. Zadok can be trusted. You know, right? Zadok is out of whiskey. Oh, God. How could Zadok go on without whiskey? Zadok doesn't want to remember.
It's a map showing points of interest. There is an old lighthouse to the north, a church to the east, and waterfalls and marshlands to the west of the square. Psst.
Yes?
I'm wondering, maybe, do you have that,
What?
that very spirit of the party?
The past, present, or the future one?
The distilled one.
You know that's illegal, right?
Really? Since when?
Since about 7 years ago, when all drinks over 0.5% alcohol were banned under the Prohibition Act.
Interesting. But I can pay, and I wouldn't talk.
We can't serve such needs here, but I have heard rumors.
I'm listening.
In the swamp area, there is periodically a coming and going of little boats. Some say they are smugglers. Be careful. They are not the kind of people you would wish to meet in a dark alley.
A pile of rubbish. There's a broken gramophone in the pile. Maybe its horn could come in handy. Try as I might, I cannot open it. Try as I might, I cannot open it. really be seeing what I'm seeing? Ah, God, no! I do not want to talk to him.
What do you want? Can't you see we be talking? We don't want to be disturbed. Get lost.
A signaling spotlight with a jury-rigged sound system. I think I'm getting how this works. Getting there, I think. Was that it? Did I do whatever this was? Damn it! I so wanted to patent that. I can't get to there from here. I can't get to there from here. I can't get to there from here. I can't...
You've finally arrived. Years I've been waiting. I never imagined they would send someone so young. What does the cat say at midnight?
What was that again?
Begone. You are not one of us.
But...
Begone! What does the cat say at midnight?
Meow.
Begone. You are not one of us.
But...
Begone! What does the cat say at midnight?
I'm curious.
Begone. You are not one of us.
But...
Begone!
I don't want to.
What tell y'all? Be the shipment ready? We be waiting with the boat for the next load.
All's well. We got enough for many a load. The boys be unloading from the bus as we be speaking.
I'm talking about the stash ready to roll out. We got some boats to load.
Ours warehouse be fully stocked. Essex ain't staying dry for long.
Dry.
Phew. Just run-of-the-mill smugglers and not anything worse. That's kind of a relief.
Well then, I'll be off then to oversee the... Hold up! Drop anchor! This just popped back into me head. There's been tell of one or two inquisitive types nosing round town.
Still ye jabbering. Ain't nothing we can't manage.
Yes. Manage.
As I already told you, you're good to go.
And the shipment? It's the tally we be agreed on.
20 crates, good to go.
We don't be having room on board for that many.
Rest easy. You'll be getting them all within the week. Enough pointless banter. Someone could be a-spying us. Those be the last crates of this load stowed aboard then.
Okay, it be settled then. Be seeing you next week for the rest of the shipment.
See you then, you damn fool.
Ah, whiskey. It's pitch black in here. The flashlight doesn't seem to work down here. Maybe it's the dampness in the air. It's not working. I'll just shove this aside. The pain. What the? I'll just shove this aside. What the? Oof! Ow! Ah! Ouch! Hey, I think I found a ladder.
Is that what Zadok thinks it is?
Yes, your beloved whiskey. You crave it, right? Perhaps it'll jog your memory.
Zadok's mind feels clearer. What was it you were asking about again? You're here to make fun of poor Zadok, like all the rest?
No, old-timer. I'm just here to listen to the tale of Zadok, which only Zadok himself can tell.
Why, but you are so young. What brings you to such a place as this?
Actually, I'm just passing through. In a few hours, I'll be heading on to Arkham.
Arkham. So many times has Zadok been there in the past. But like the fool Zadok is, Zadok has always let himself be drawn back here. Zadok thought things might be different. But nothing ever changes here. Follow Zadok. Now, come here. Why are you so interested in Zadok's pathetic tale?
I'm most interested in why Innsmouth has become so shunned by the outside world.
Why so shunned? Well, allow Zadok to clue you in, my young friend. Reputation is pretty much just a human construct, and they care very little about such concepts here. But perhaps they care just enough to make sure that people do not come sniffing around. Zadok would like you to see something.
Wait up! Where the devil did he get to? Yikes!
It all began out there. Some kind of infernal gate opened in the depths of the ocean. The Devil Reef. The legends spoke of devils dancing upon the reef when the moon was full. Legends, mere stories, but with power enough to obsess and to plant those seeds of insanity into the minds of all. Oh, if only we had known the terrible truth that seemed only the absurd superstitions of these ignorant fishermen. We may never know what Captain Obed Mash discovered on his voyages to the South Seas. But whatever it was not mere legends. For his ships returned laden with gold. From that day on, Innsmouth became one of the richest ports in the state. Fish were teeming in amazing abundance. This made Captain Marsh one of the most important figures in the community. But then began his strange behavior. He began raving about the strange deities worshipped amongst the South Sea Islanders, and about how such worship was actually answered, rewarding them with everything they longed for. Many folk, including Zadok's own doomed father, witnessed boats sailing out to the Devil Reef in the dead of night, and returning to dock overflowing with gold, and laden with more fish than could be caught in a 3-day stint at sea. Around this time, people began to disappear. Those who opposed Captain Marsh started to vanish. To blame him for this seemed the obvious judgment. But the townsfolk were blinded by their newfound and looked the other way. So, how does Zadok know this? The night Zadok's father failed to return home, Zadok saw the boats gathering around the Devil Reef. Damn their eyes! Zadok cannot erase their chant from his mind. Yeah, Katulak Takun Konglui Magalnaf, Katulak Lai, Ugan Govtug. Then they threw a large bundle into the sea. Zadok swears that Zadok saw the water's surface break and figures appear that were alike both you and Zadok, but not. If only for their elongated heads and the simian way in which they moved. Zadok is saying nothing more. Zadok has completed Zadok's duty and served the first and second oaths. Zadok will tell nothing of how that fiend navigated his way across the sea, nor of his landing in that cursed city, nor of the fallen crosses, nor of the followers, nor of the tainted blood that now flows in their veins. Zadok will not speak of such. Only the cats of Ulthar speak.
But what?
Zadok will not speak. Zadok will not speak. Only the cats of Ulthar can speak. Why do you choose not to believe? Why?
He's completely insane. I'm glad he's gone. I was scared he brought me here to get rid of me.
What does the cat say at midnight?
Nothing. Only a cat of Ulthar can speak.
I knew that the keepers of the key had not forgotten about me. Zadok has lost all hope by now. We have to stop them. We must stop them. The very fate of this world is at stake.
What are you talking about? Why do I only attract the loonies?
Let me start again, from the very beginning.
This book is a very ancient text, the Necronomicon. This copy is one of only a few remaining volumes, and all are kept under the strictest of security because of their inherent danger. It is said to have been written by the mad Arabic prophet Abdul al-Hazred in the 8th century, who was witnessed by many to have been devoured in the plain light of day by something unseen. As curator of the Miskatonic University Library, I have access to this copy, but I must warn you, there are those who have lost their minds from a mere glance at certain sections. Al-Hazred wrote of a very different reality from the one we assume to know of. A reality in which mankind in all his works plays an extremely marginal role. A Let's just say that I have seen for myself proof of some of the book's contents and that they are not as unbelievable as they may seem. According to the text, it seems that certain entities that we named the Great Old Ones have ruled over this and many other worlds from a time way before mankind had even taken its first step. And now they sleep a deep sleep of death, waiting for the stars to align and for their reawakening. In his house at Relaya, dead Cthulhu lies dreaming, but he is able to communicate with his inhuman worshippers and certain particularly sensitive people through their dreams to bring about the ritual he desires.
Inhuman worshippers?
Horrible, pre-human creatures, and probably our original ancestors. Virtually immortal, able to thrive with equal ease in the depths of the sea or upon land. Anthropologists have proposed contact between these creatures and certain South Sea tribes based on the ancient legends of these natives. Way back in the times when underwater volcanic activity raised eons-old sunken islands back to the surface, these creatures delivered up much bounty to the natives, but never the equal of what they asked for in return. Immortality has its price. These hideous creatures were unable to reproduce, so they demanded to mate with humans, spawning half-breed abominations, which at first looked human, but with the passage of years, more and more like their other parent, and who took to the sea once their time arrived.
Obed learned how to contact these beings from an old island shaman. So it was that, with the rites off the Devil Reef, he made first contact with them and began to appease them with human sacrifices. It was around that time that I was inserted into my watchman position here as lighthouse keeper. I was the perfect mold. I could see everything that was going on and not arouse the slightest suspicion. For years, all I did was watch and write. And the things I have watched. The ancient treasures March received were laundered through his gold refinery, which was only constructed as a front to hide their subnautical origin. But God himself only knows what else went on there behind closed doors. Those that spoke out were hunted down and sacrificed. At first, Obed refused to grant the kind of interactions that they desired. But these things are old, of ancient cunning. They convinced him. And now there are none left in this town with pure human bloodlines intact, apart from poor old Zadok.
And you actually believe these stories? Fishmen marrying humans?
I have seen many strange things, but I have learned to prize apart unsubstantiated rumor with the pliers of rational thought. When I started asking my contacts questions about the fate of my brother, every single one of them provided more and more proof of the truth of these legends. To be honest, I myself was preparing to leave for Innsmouth, but some of my contacts, for obvious reasons I cannot name, convinced me to remain manning my post here at this library due to the vital intelligence it holds. Dare you even imagine how much fear this all fills me with concerning the fate of my dear brother? My contacts specifically requested me to contact you, Lord Carter, and they asked me to tell you all of this to prepare you for...
How did I become so famous without noticing it? Who are these people?
I cannot divulge their identities. That would place both them and myself in mortal danger. Of course, it is vital that you do not breathe a word of what was said here.
And who would I tell? I don't want to get committed to an asylum.
You are so young. Why have they sent me one so green? This is the night. The stars have aligned. I heard tell that they have recovered all they need for the ritual. A stranger shall deliver everything up unto them. Who would be so foolish as to assist them? You must stop them. Or all these years of preparation will have been for naught.
I'll do my best.
Keep watch over the key.
All is ready, yes, ready.
Tonight you will be hosting a very special guest. He has what we need. Make sure he sleeps deeply here. See you later tonight.
Yes, deeply, yes.
Excuse me? Have you seen the bus that was waiting outside?
Gone. We'll be back tomorrow.
Oh no! Now what am I supposed to do?
Free Gilman house room for you. Gilman discount. Yes, discount. Beautiful stranger. Yes, beautiful.
I don't seem to have much of a choice, and I can't turn down a free lodging for the night. I'll take it.
Locked. 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 Looks like it's been quite a while since the office was last cleaned. A beautiful statue of some bizarre creature. I've never seen this particular style before. I don't need it. One very expensive model of typewriter. Some documents and memos, nothing of interest. Apparently, Mr. Marsh is lazy, and also a lousy shot. Employees are cataloged alphabetically, so many of the names are obvious fakeries. Mr. Marsh didn't take his overcoat with him when he last left. He must have been in a hurry. Creepy. 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 Could it be full of precious metals? It won't open. No time for that. A golden lamp. An eyesore even by my standards. Something happened outside. Could it be full of... It won't open.
Help!
Dear God. Looks like he was ripped apart not that long ago.
You do not look like one of them. Please, save me. I'm chained up. Thank you. Thank you. I thought I was gonna die.
Calm down.
Poor John. They ripped him apart.
John? John Armitage?
Yes, my poor friend John. That's all that remains of him over there.
Damn. Dr. Armitage will not be too happy about this. Tell me everything that happened.
No time for that. We gotta get out of here.
Calm down.
The tiara. The tiara. Time is short.
I told you to calm down. What are you raving about?
My mission here was to spread the word of the Lord, but I stuck my nose in where I shouldn't have. I could not grasp why the town followed that abominated faith of theirs. Those things should not be of our world.
I hear something. What the hell are those things?
I know what they are. That's why I'm still alive. They wanted to know how I knew. Poor John was not so fortunate. That's all my fault. May God have mercy on my soul.
Tell me everything.
Some time ago, I was approached by the lighthouse keeper, who asked me to join him. But I was reluctant to do so. He told me a fantastic story about an organization of which he was a part that investigates the evil that lurks behind the veil of our reality. An organization which only shows its hands in time of dire need.
Interesting.
I think I alienated him when I told him that only Almighty God can defeat pure evil, and that prayer is the sole true weapon of Christian wields. I heard him out, but pride goeth before destruction, and naughtiness before a fall. So I changed my mind, and I went over to the Church of the Order of Dagon to demand some answers. But all I got in reply was a blow to the back of the head. Through the fog of my days, I overheard their conversation with horror. I heard tell of a relic capable, when the stars align once again, of awakening something older than mankind, to which these beings are faithful servants.
Do you know what that relic is? Do you know where it is?
Yes. It must be that hideous tiara I saw the priest wearing at the altar I was dragged to. We must find it before all time runs out.
Okay, let's do this. But which way do we go? Were you conscious when they brought you back here? You remember anything that might help us find our way?
I remember the dark. They took the torch from the wall. One of them fell into a pool of water. He cursed in a strange language. I took advantage of the momentary distraction. I tried to fight back, but all it gained me was another blow to the head. From there on, things get a little fuzzy in my memory. They literally dragged me on. I recall seeing blood flow into a stream. I assume it was mine. I recall being dragged down a pitch-black corridor before being chained up next to that other poor soul. Now we must go, I beg of you. We're gonna...
Yes, but you must remain calm, or else we will never get out of here alive. Elliot! Are you all right?
My head still hurts, and I'm scared, but I'll be all right.
Elliot! Have you ever been in this part of the caves?
Yes, this looks familiar.
Elliot! Have you ever been in this part of the caves?
Yes, this looks familiar.
Elliot! Are you all right?
My head still hurts, and I'm scared, but I'll be all right.
Disturbs me strangely. There's no time for such emotions right now. What the hell is that thing? Run! Run! Go! Go! Here, catch! Get out of here! Ah! Just take it and get the hell out of here! Ah!
Seems comfortable enough, even if a tad soiled. I think I'll sleep in my clothes, just in case. What's going on? I need to tighten the screws with something. Come on, come on! That should hold up. Oh my god, I think I've been spotted by that horde of disfigured folks slumping towards me. I can only pray that this disguise works. Lost them. Now what do I do?
Did you enjoy your little stroll? The time is almost upon us. Thanks to you, the great Cthulhu will rise again tonight. You possess something we need. You can either hand it over and be rewarded with a quick death, or I'll dig it out from what's left of you after we're done.
Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?
Follow me. Who are you? Why have you pretended to be one of our members?
What the hell?
Speak! What know you of the Keepers of the Key?
Keepers of the Key?
You knew the password.
That crazy talk about the cat speaking? I heard it from the old drunk guy.
Zadok. Oh, God. I saw his body floating to and fro on the tides a few hours ago.
Who was this Zadok?
He was the only person I could trust around here. Before he went completely insane. Sir, Zadok killed himself. I suspected his mind couldn't hold out.
Enough. Time grows short. That which is coming shall wipe away every trace of our world. The great old ones have been waiting on this pivotal moment for eons, eager to reclaim their dominion over this world. I demand to know why you came here, and what led you here.
Well, I was in Newburyport.
Cut to the chase.
Well, I happened upon Innsmouth on my way to Arkham. I lost them. But then that guy in black accosted me and asked me to...
This is just a damned waste of time.
You're right. He knows nothing. Go now! Get out of here! Upon my order, this entire town is about to get blasted straight back to hell. Get yourself to the caves and look for a way out of this damn place. Wait. Utter but a single word of what you have witnessed here, and we will track you down and silence you.
Do you really think it wise to send the stranger off like that, on his own? Now that Zadok is dead, he is the only pure blood remaining in the entire town. The one last piece they need for their ritual tonight.
Calm down. This will keep them busy enough. Commence Operation Ackley.
Blew up and collapsed behind me. Damn it all! Well, at least I have a lantern this time. was just jerked aside suddenly, the moment I touched it. I can see some kind of engraving inside the altar. That is not dead, which can eternal lie, and with strange eons, even death may die.
Stop! Fool! Don't kill him just yet. We need his pure human blood for the ritual first. The crazy old pure blood died trying to escape our clutches.
As with strange eons, even death may die. Stars on the great sun, as foretold. The blood of your children's children, we summon thee! Something's wrong with the blood!
I came to about a mile from the town, which lay smoking in ruins. I have no idea how I got there. But I had survived, and all I wanted was to get away from that hellish place. I've kept this tale to myself. Most would have thought me mad, although I'm sure there are those who know the truth of what I say. Personally, I only wish to forget the whole terrible ordeal, but I could not. That place had become as if it were a part of me, and obsessed my every thought. By night, I dreamed of cyclopean cities rising from the seabed, and of swimming alongside those things, despite my fear of them. After some research, I found my mother's bloodline to be intertwined with that of the marshes, and this filled me with an unspeakable insight concerning that fateful night. As I pen the last lines of this, my Chronicle of Innsmouth, I am shedding the last vestiges of my humanity. Forever.